because they're all interrelated and mutually explanatory. Okay, so first let's compare the internal and external discourse on the textual dimension, which is an objective analysis of the text itself and its features. Let's look at pronouns. Pronouns are used differently throughout the internal and external texts. Internally, there's a very inclusive language throughout, like brothers, family, etc. But externally, there's a focus on we and us when discussing JWs, but this is more used as a separation between JWs and non-JWs. If we then look at wordings of meanings, there are quite a few specific terminologies used in both texts. Externally, we see the adaptation of scientific terms to JW concepts. For example, the use of Bible-trained conscience seems to utilize the association of the word trained to be educated or highly technical in order to validate the teachings of JW. Internally, the concept of whole soul service and other JW-specific terms like Jehovah and the organization reflect wider values about respect for the Watchtower organization akin to the way that they respect Jehovah, and the stark contrast with undesirable and unwholesome wider society also reflects values on non-JW people. Next, if we situate this within the discursive practice of JWs, we can look at the situational context of these texts. Externally, JWs are trying to reach people who are considering or critical of the faith, and so they're trying to both speak to people who are considering the faith and address people who are critical of it, so they use their terms to connect with them. Conversely, in the internal discourse, the video is clearly looking for a direct actionable response for people to apply to. Here, language acts as a guide of what is accepted and what is not. It's clearly a recruitment video, and JW broadcasting is known for its emphasis on JW against the undesirable world. Finally, if we can situate this within the practices of JWs, we can make sense of the differing use of discourse for external and internal texts. The defensive nature of the FAQs suggests that JWs feel very persecuted. This persecution complex has been discussed throughout literature and in pop culture as a way JWs maintain their members to be faithful to the religion through separating us and them. However, the use of brotherly and brotherhood and the emphasis on patriarchal language hints to the underlying value of the Jehovah's Witness faith, which places emphasis on men and their important roles within society. The Jehovah's Witness Watchtower has fascinated me for a while, considering their extreme polarity throughout society. Internally, the Watchtower is regarded as a total authority on everything, and the discourses are quite strict and power-heavy and followed to a T by all JWs. However, on the other hand, outsiders view the Watchtower as quite tyrannical and manipulative. It is very interesting to observe how the power structures both within and between the JW institution and the wider public help to create two polarizing senses of reality.